The Free Worlds League had far more enthusiasm for warships than most other powers, but their beginnings were quite humble. The League-class destroyer dates back to 2368, the decade when the great houses finally developed genuine warships. At that point, the Terran Hegemony already maintained multiple classes of all types in active service. While the Federated Suns and Capellan Confederation invested in massive battleships and suffered accordingly, the Free Worlds League pursued a more modest approach, with a destroyer design roughly comparable to the earlier Essex I class. The League class was the first warship to be designed and built domestically by the Free Worlds League. Construction utilized components manufactured across multiple League worlds, with final assembly occurring at the SelaSys Incorporated shipyards in the loyalty system. The dispersed nature of the construction process initially raised concerns about potential failure, but the class instead proved to be a rugged, reliable vessel. Production continued far into the Age of War. These early warships became the mainstay of the Free Worlds League Navy, employed in various roles from anti-piracy patrols to escorting the League's powerful Atreus-class battleships. Additional reports confirmed that 75 ships were in Free Worlds League service by 2575. The FWLN only acquired its Atreus-class battleships and ex-Hegemony Aegis cruisers in the lead-up to the reunification war. With only 20 Atreus-class ships recorded, and probably no more than 6 Aegis-class vessels, the number of those 75 ships that must have been Leagues is truly impressive. When introduced, the League design incorporated a balance of older and contemporary technologies. Holdovers from the earlier age of space travel included 2 drop shuttle bays that accommodated earlier, smaller drop shuttles. Engineers also incorporated newer innovations, such as a dropship collar in a fighter bay, enhancing both the ship's protection and the security of its carried craft. The League carried balanced capital weaponry for both long-range and close-in combat. Its main armament consists of naval autocannons and long-range naval lasers. The bow mounted 2 Class 20 naval autocannons, along with an array of large and small lasers for conventional and point defense roles. Each forward and aft side mounted a single Class 10 naval autocannon, combined with bundled NL-45 and NL-35 naval lasers for engaging warship threats, supported by 6 small lasers for point defense. The broadside carried 1 large Class 40 naval autocannon, 4 large lasers and 6 small lasers. The aft section mounted paired Class 10 and Class 20 naval autocannons, with another 4 large and 6 small lasers. For armor protection, the League mounted only 527 tons of standard armor. More critically, the vessel lacked the structural integrity to compensate for this limited protection. As noted, its closest contemporaries were the Essex I and Lola I classes. The League was no match for a fleet destroyer like the Lola, but it outperformed the Essex I. It also compared favorably to later designs such as the Baron and Carson, and even to much larger Winchester and Wagon Wheel classes used by other nations. The vessel featured 5 distinct bays to accommodate its diverse cargo complement. Bay 1 holds 12 aerospace fighters and is serviced by 3 doors. Bay 2 contains 6 small craft and utilizes a single door. The primary cargo hold, Bay 3, offers a substantial capacity of 126,805.5 tons and is accessed through 1 door. Finally, the ship is equipped with 2 drop shuttle bays, each with a 20,000-ton capacity and a single door, designated as Bay 4 and Bay 5. In the last century of the Star League era, the militaries of all great houses expanded as the Star League destabilized. By 2750, the FWLN had been reduced to 30 ships before recovering to 47 by 2765. The most notable aspect of this period was the near total absence of Leagues, which appear to have been scrapped rather than mothballed. The fleet regrowth primarily involved reactivating mothballed Atreus-class vessels and acquiring new ships like the ilclan. Only after shipyards cleared older vessels did the Lee-class receive renewed attention, this time in a modernized form, utilizing contemporary technologies. The second production batch of Leagues entered service to reinforce the Free Worlds League Navy and satisfy Captain General Ian Merrick's desire for modern warships. This new production block, designated Block 2, featured improved weaponry and enhanced capabilities. Decommissioned Block 1 Leagues were also recommissioned and upgraded to the Block 2 standard during this period. However, the advanced technology in the Block 2 created problems. The ship lacked sufficient power to operate all mounted naval Gauss weapons without causing energy shortages, and maintaining the advanced systems required overhauls limited to a small number of capable shipyards. Produced from 2768 onwards during the late Star League era, the Block 2 represented an updated version of the original design. The most notable difference was the replacement of naval autocannons with naval Gauss rifles. The bow mounted 2 medium-class naval Gauss rifles instead of NAC-20s, while the aft mounted a single rifle. The broadside autocannons were exchanged for 1 heavy-class naval Gauss rifle, and the forward and aft side arc autocannons were replaced with light-class naval Gauss rifles. Additional improvements included replacing standard armor with an equivalent tonnage of improved ferro-aluminum armor. The drop shuttle bays were removed to accommodate the new weapons and to allow space for 57 Marines and an additional dropship collar. The League Block 2 was somewhat weak compared to its contemporaries, primarily due to its late introduction to the field. It was roughly comparable to a Lola 3, Essex II or Davian I, though not in the same category as a Riga II or Davian II. Its significant advantage was substantially heavier armor, which improved its ability to survive combat damage. During the First Succession War, Lee-class warships participated in several early engagements, though most were lost. These included the defense of Bolan against the Line Invasion Force in 2785, naval battles along the Capellan Front, at Second Chance and Corray in 2787, and a punitive strike on New Canton in 2788, following the New Dallas massacre.